The final race of the 2025 NHRA season was supposed to be a historic weekend, a championship deciding showdown where months of effort, travel, and intense competition would finally lead to a true, hard-earned winner. Instead, the year ended in confusion, disappointment, and widespread criticism after the NHRA made a shocking decision. They canceled the entire event due to heavy rain. Fans were stunned. Racers were frustrated. Media personalities spoke out loudly. And among the strongest voices was Racing Jack, who argued that NHRA didn't just make a tough call. It made one of the biggest mistakes in the sport's modern history. This article breaks down what happened, why so many people are upset, and what this means for the future of drag racing. A rainstorm that changed everything. The 2025 finals were held in Pomona, California, a place legendary for dramatic, season-ending battles. But this year delivered a twist no one expected. Southern California was hit by a rare, non-stop rainstorm in November. This wasn't a light drizzle. It was a full weekend washout. No professional class made a single pass. No qualifying rounds. No eliminations. No championship-deciding battles. As hours passed and the storm didn't let up, the big question grew louder. What will the NHRA do? The organization faced logistical pressure, a Monday banquet scheduled nearby, a TV window arranged for Sunday, and no easy way to move things around. But what happened next shocked almost everyone. NHRA's final decision: cancel the race entirely. The NHRA announced that the entire event was canceled and that championships will be decided based on points entering Pomona. The reaction? Shockwaves across the drag racing world. Racers had spent millions fighting for a title. Fans had waited all season for this moment. Media outlets had built up the excitement for weeks. To many, it felt like the NHRA broke its promise. Everyone agrees that safety is important. Nobody wanted racers to run on a wet track. But critics argue the NHRA had multiple alternatives used by major sports worldwide, before taking such a drastic step. Would any major sport make this choice? One of the biggest arguments against NHRA's decision is simple. No major sport would ever crown a champion without playing the final game. Imagine this. World Series. Game 7 gets rained out, and MLB gives the title to the team with the better record. Super Bowl. A hurricane hits, and the NFL cancels the game, awarding the trophy to the team with more wins. NBA Finals. Game 7 is called off, and the lead playoff team is crowned champion. It sounds ridiculous because it is. Fans would be furious. Sponsors would be outraged. Networks would panic. No athlete would accept such a win. But in drag racing, a sport still fighting for mainstream attention, this exact scenario happened. Postponement was possible. So why wasn't it used? Racing Jack and many others believe the NHRA had three obvious solutions. Option 1. Run the race the following weekend. The upcoming weather was clear and dry. Teams already spend millions across the season. One extra weekend wouldn't change much. Option 2. Move the race to Las Vegas. The Las Vegas facility is world-class. It has hosted major races before with ease. Option 3. Broadcast on NHRA.TV. If TV coverage was an issue, the NHRA's own streaming platform could host the race. In today's world, live streaming is not special, it's normal. Yet the NHRA used none of these options. Instead, championships were simply locked in. Why this feels like a blow to the sport's integrity. At the core of the backlash is a feeling that the spirit of fair competition was violated. Racers in tight battles lost their chance to fight. Fans lost the season finale they were promised. The sport lost a moment that could have been unforgettable. Example 1. Pro Stock motorcycle disaster. Richard Gadsden and Gage Herrera were separated by just 21 points. At Pomona, 1.5 points are awarded, meaning the championship was still wide open. Yet the title was given without a single run. Even Gadsden himself likely wanted the fight to happen on the track, not on paper. Example 2. Funny Car and Pro Stock. Matt Hagan never got the chance to chase Austin Prock. Greg Anderson never got the chance to fight for another world title. We will never know how the season was supposed to end. This is why critics are calling it a tainted championship. How the countdown system made this worse. In 2007, NHRA introduced the countdown format, similar to NASCAR's playoff system, to create excitement at the end of the season. The goal was to keep titles close until the final race. But the flaw in this system is now clear. If everything depends on the final race, that race must be protected at all costs. There must be a weather plan, a backup location, a flexible schedule, a streaming or TV alternative. Other sports have these. The NHRA clearly didn't. Leadership under fire, racing versus business. Another criticism is aimed at NHRA leadership itself. Many insiders claim the current leadership team leans heavily on business backgrounds and lacks deep racing experience. The main complaints are, decisions are made for financial convenience. Spreadsheets matter more than competition. Budgets come before racing integrity. To many, this cancellation reflects that culture perfectly. It was the cheapest option, not the fairest one. The dangerous long-term precedent. If NHRA championships can be decided without racing, what does that mean for the future? Why should teams spend millions chasing a title? Why risk traveling the country if a random cancellation destroys your chance? Why should fans believe in the legitimacy of the championship? Self-funded teams may skip events. Small teams may lose motivation. The entire countdown system becomes questionable. This is a slippery slope, and one the NHRA cannot afford to slide down. How the NHRA can fix this going forward. To rebuild trust and protect the sport's future, the NHRA must 1. Create a mandatory backup plan for the finals. The venue, weather alternatives, and schedule must all be considered in advance. 2. Separate the awards banquet from the race weekend. No sport should let a banquet interfere with a championship. 3. Improve TV and streaming flexibility. If network TV can't adjust, NHRA.TV should be ready. 4. Reevaluate the countdown format. If the whole system depends on the final race, that race must be guaranteed. 5. Put racers and fans ahead of convenience. Competition, not comfort, must guide major decisions. Conclusion: a season that deserved better. The 2025 NHRA season ended not with drama, intensity, and celebration, but with silence. No engines running, no eliminations, no final round heroics, no true closure. A year full of effort and excitement ended with one of the most controversial decisions in NHRA history. Racing Jack and thousands of fans believe the NHRA got this one wrong. Whether the organization learns from this moment will shape how drag racing grows or struggles in the coming years. One thing is certain: the NHRA cannot afford another ending like this.